Most people who lose money in the cryptocurrency markets don't lose because they are uninformed. They lose because they are certain. They are certain that this time will be different. They are certain that this time they will make the big score. They were sure the graph would reverse. They were sure it would accelerate upward, that they would make 5 times, 10 times the profit. They were sure everyone else was wrong and that they were the ones who finally understood the truth. This certainty, silent, absolute, unshakable, is the most expensive belief a person can have. Welcome to 5-Minute Money. In the next 5 minutes, you'll learn one powerful idea that can change the way you think about money. If you find value here, subscribe for more. Now let's continue. Speculation is not a strategy, it is a mindset, and once it takes hold, it does not let go easily. It becomes an internal enemy that triggers itself. The speculation mindset does not begin with greed. It begins with a single moment of validation, a trade that pays off, a cryptocurrency that doubles in value, a prediction that comes true. Your brain records that moment not as luck, but as proof that you have a talent, proof that you understand something others don't. That's where the damage starts, not from loss, but from gain. Psychologists call this model intermittent reinforcement. The same mechanism is what makes quitting gambling so difficult. You are not rewarded every time. Your reward is unpredictable, and unpredictable rewards are neurologically more powerful than consistent ones. The market doesn't need to give you huge profits. It just needs to give you enough to keep you playing, enough to hook you and keep you hooked, like giving you water little by little. Once the speculation mindset is established, rational thinking becomes almost impossible to access. You stop evaluating assets, you start evaluating narratives. Is the story compelling enough? Is the community loud enough? Does the momentum feel right? These are not financial questions, they are emotional ones, and they lead to emotional decisions, buying at the peak because the excitement is loudest there, selling at the bottom because the fear is loudest there. This is not a failure of intelligence. Many of the people who have lost fortunes in speculative markets were highly educated, deeply analytical individuals. The problem was not their intellect, it was the framework they were operating inside. When the goal shifts from building wealth to capturing the next move, the entire decision-making process becomes corrupted. Every piece of information gets filtered through one question. Does this support my position? That question is the trap. Long-term wealth does not come from reading the market better than everyone else. It comes from behaving differently than everyone else. It comes from the unglamorous discipline of not reacting, not chasing, not needing to be right. The people who genuinely build wealth over time share one quiet characteristic. They are deeply comfortable with being boring. They do not need the rush. They do not need the story. They do not need to feel like they are ahead. The crypto market did not create the speculative mindset. It merely provided it with a new and extraordinarily efficient tool on a scale capable of encompassing the entire world. A 24-hour cycle, global accessibility, the proliferation of social media, the language of revolution and transformation, all of it is designed to keep the speculative mind occupied, not intentionally, but structurally. To make patience feel like weakness, to make caution feel like missing out on opportunity. And so people stay in the market, they lower their average price on losing positions, they chase the energy they felt before and move into new tokens. They pledge their assets to recoup what the market has taken. Each move seems logical on its own. Each move deepens the hole. They say they will get out when the price reaches a certain level, but that level never comes. The bear arrives, then the bull, and still they wait. Moving away from a speculative mindset is not smarter trading. It is a different question. Instead of asking what could go up, you start asking what actually retains its value over time. Instead of asking how fast you can grow, you start asking how much you can afford to lose. This shift from speed to resilience, from excitement to patience, is not natural. It usually requires a painful experience before it feels necessary, and then it must be consciously chosen. Most people wait too long to make that choice. Some never do. They can't. The market will always offer another opportunity to speculate. The question is whether you will still have anything left when you finally decide to stop.